Right. So over to you, Swati. You can start recording. So basically, motherhood and menstruation goes very hand in hand. Okay. So I have a very different take, just like how Payal has a different take on menstruation. I also have a very different take on menstruation. I believe this is the blessing to us as a as a female, and it needs to be cherished, it needs to be worshipped, and it needs to be it should be made loud and clear. Yes, this is what is required and this is what is needed for our body. Basically, there are so many myths prevailing around, and previous generation or whatever the circumstances or the society made it as a taboo. No, it's not a taboo at all. It's something that we all should cherish it, because that is what purifies your body, and that is what we should pass it on to the next generation. Okay, if we perceive it correctly, it generates the beautiful hormones in your body and it cures your body really wonderfully, and you are ready to go. And it's not something bad, good, anything. It's the virtuous thing that can happen to you and God has gifted to you, which is not available to any mankind. I mean the male gender. We have it, we should cherish it, and we should pass it on the same legacy to the next generation. Regarding menstruation, the problems that all the females go through. So I have done my course basically in this yoga theory about how to handle all kinds of menstruating problems effectively, be it mental, be it physical, be it emotional, be it knowledge based. So I have done enough courses, enough practices to overcome that problem. And it was not that I have never gone through it. I myself went through n number of problems in my earlier days. Had that time somebody would have guided me, I would have handled it differently till I become a mother of two girls. You know, post my second delivery, I went, because of my husband forcing me, I went into yoga, and that changed my entire perspective towards my menstruating cycle. Okay, I look forward for it because it cleans up my system. I i educate females, I educate the puberty age girl that how to handle it more effectively. uh, you know, there are so many things available in our in our current time. Earlier we all used to use the cloth and everything, and cleaning up and everything was not hygienic. Now we have many things which are hygienic enough. One of them is menstruating cup. Okay, so I mean, yes, the girls who are just in their teenage years and they are not into the adulthood, I don't advise them to use a menstruating cup. Yes, once they are settled in their life, married and settled in their life, they can start using the menstruating cups. Okay, but all the females, it is hygienically, it is so very good that if given a choice, you should migrate, or you should advertise, or you should help people or females migrating to the menstruating cup. It's not that कि पहले से ही पहले दिन से ही अपना बॉडी सब कुछ ले सकता है या अपना माइंडसेट सब कुछ ले सकता है, but start using it, you will get used to it, and you will feel so good, so blessed using that you will feel that it's a normal life. And by doing that, you are just using it, cleaning up in the bathroom and coming back out in the world. It's hygienically good, it is good for your body, it is cleans up your system, and you are out of that foul smell or changing clothes or having a discomfort. Everything is out. As regards the sanitary pads, yes, sanitary pads are really helpful, really good. But teach girls, teach females not to use those pads for beyond 5 hours. Okay, I don't know about how everybody uses, but I have seen my own students going through so many skin problems, so many personal hygiene problems because of not using the right kind of a sanitary pad and right time to change it over. Okay, please don't take it as a different something as a taboo, or I'm criticizing somebody. I'm just sharing the knowledge that it needs to be done, and it is not bad to exercise during menstruation. People make it um, very difficult to handle it. But in yoga, we don't do very rigorous yoga, or we don't do inverted asanas, but we definitely do breathing and adequate stretching. Don't stop just because you have periods. That is what I want to give away as my talk. That don't stop your life just because you have period. If you have back pain, there are recourses for that. If you have core pain, you have problem solving attitude on that and postures to solve that. And you can do certain exercise gently, which resolves your premenstrual pain. If you just get into that mode, educate yourself, value our own things, you can come out of that premenstrual syndrome. And those who are getting into the menopause, they should not get worried, they should not get hyper. They should also take that milestone also as a very important milestone in their life of getting matured. You can't get into a mode of somebody are saying midlife crisis. Every female goes through that midlife crisis post 40, and that triggers, even that leads to your menopause, that affects your mindset in your menopause. So i mean I'm not going through a menopause, but definitely I have crossed my 40. I have crossed I'm approaching my life with maturity. So I'm talking about menstruation, I'm talking about menopause, I'm talking about premenstrual syndrome, I'm talking about all the system that you can use to overcome your discomfort with periods, and you lead a very definitely strong and healthy life, and cherish your those 4 days and worship those 4 days. Okay, so if you have any doubts, any questions about it, you can definitely ask. I take pre-puberty classes just for school children. Schools invite me to give talk on for the